You know that feeling when debt is just overwhelming? The path forward can seem totally impossible, especially when the solutions themselves cost a fortune. Today, we're going to dig into a do-it-yourself option for personal bankruptcy, an approach that tries to put the power back in your hands. So if you're looking for a way to take back some control, this is for you.
And this quote, wow, it really captures that exact moment, doesn't it? It's not just about numbers on a spreadsheet, it's that gut feeling. The moment you decide the stress is just too much and something absolutely has to change. That's the point where the search for a real solution begins.
So how does a person even get to this point? Well, it's almost never just one bad decision. More often, it's something that creeps up on you, or it's one sudden, unexpected blow to your financial life.
It's a question that can literally keep you up at night, right? But look, this isn't about pointing fingers or placing blame. It's about understanding the circumstances. And what we found is that a few common and often unavoidable life events can be the trigger.
A lot of times, the causes are things that are completely out of our control. A sudden job loss, a family tragedy, or a big downturn in the economy. Any of these can just flip a family's world upside down. And sometimes, it's just a simple debt pattern that slowly builds and builds until it becomes an avalanche.
So when you're faced with that kind of intense pressure, bankruptcy starts to look like a real path forward. But for so many people, that path seems to have an immediate and really expensive roadblock right at the start: attorney's fees. And we're not talking about a small hurdle here. This obstacle is a huge one. The very process that's designed to give you financial relief often demands a huge upfront payment, money that, let's be honest, people in this situation just don't have.
Just look at these numbers. They're based on what real people have said, and they tell a pretty powerful story. To hire a lawyer for personal bankruptcy, you could be looking at anywhere from $2,000 to over $7,000. It's a classic catch-22 situation.
This quote just sums it up perfectly. How are you supposed to pay for help getting out of debt when you don't have any money? It's this exact problem that leads people to start looking for other solutions, like figuring out how to handle the process themselves.
Okay, so what does a do-it-yourself solution actually look like? Well, in this case, it's a software package that's designed to walk you through all the complicated legal paperwork, but without that sky-high price tag of a lawyer. Let's take a look at how it's supposed to work.
First, here's a key term you've got to know: pro se filer. That's just the official name for someone who represents themselves in court. And the tools we're talking about today are built specifically for these folks to empower them to navigate the system on their own terms.
And this isn't just a handful of documents you download. A package like this aims to be the whole shebang. It has everything from the official federal forms for both Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy to the really critical means test that helps figure out if you're eligible. It even gets down to checklists and forms specific to your local district court.
All right, let's get down to the real question here. Probably the one you're thinking right now. What makes a software package like this any different from just downloading the forms yourself for free? This is where the real value is supposed to be.
This is the #1 question, and it's a totally fair one. And the answer is yes, the basic PDF forms are available for free from the U.S. Bankruptcy Courts. But, and you knew there was a but coming, not all forms are created equal, not by a long shot.
Okay, this comparison table right here, this is the heart of it. The free forms from the court, a lot of them can't even be saved. You have to finish in one sitting, and you have to type your name and address over and over again. But the biggest difference? Check out the math. With the smart forms, all the financial calculations are done for you, automatically. With the free ones, you're on your own with a calculator. It's really the difference between just the blank page and a guided process.
Of course, all these features sound great on paper, but results are what really matter. So, does this DIY approach actually work for real people? We took a look at what some users had to say.
This testimonial from Jeannie really hits on a huge worry for anyone filing on their own. Am I going to mess this up? According to her, the documents were so complete that they didn't just pass, they actually impressed the court clerk and the judge. That's a huge win. And Edgar's story brings us right back to that first big hurdle: the cost. He contrasts the thousands of dollars he was quoted by lawyers with his final bill of under $100. That really shows you the kind of savings that are possible here. And finally, Michael's quote gets to the emotional side of all this. I mean, beyond the paperwork and the money, filing for bankruptcy can feel, well, frightening. A tool that helps you get back some of that control during such a stressful time can be absolutely priceless. And that kind of leaves us with this one big thought. For anyone who feels like they're drowning in debt, the way out can seem really foggy and intimidating. What we've looked at today suggests that maybe, just maybe, the most important first step isn't just about the paperwork, but about taking back a sense of control over your own financial future.